this place with the ship, or is this just gonna be it for now?
No, because it's gonna take
Should be
me
alright.
a million years to re-upload the stupid thing just for the airship.
Oh, okay. Hey, wait, what's... What? Oh, is that your avatar? Okay, okay. Never mind.
Wait, did I
what
not
the
think
fuck?
so?
Is that a Tron cycle? Can you sit on
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
That actually looks cool.
Oh, what the fuck? That's cool.
Dude, wait, this is a cool avatar. You have like
Oh,
the
you
correct
grab it from
sitting
here.
animation too. That actually looks so good. What the fuck?
Look at what?
Yeah, no,
Look at what Saru found. Time to go.
Hakku's
It's cool 'cause, like, the gauges on the cluster actually work.
The gauges.
Like if you look on the thing. Oh, it
Like in
actually
the
responds
middle.
to the voice. Yeah,
Yeah, those are your visings. Wow.
Let's go.
that's cool.
It looks like you're just pooping out red.
I don't even know where the handles are. Oh, they're over here.
Look down.
Red, that's a problem, and you should see a doctor.
You're pooping red. Go see a doctor.
That's pretty cool.
Your thing over here rotates too. I don't know what that is, but it's cool. Oh.
The handles?
No, the thing on the side.
Oh. Oh, when you break, the fucking flap comes up. That's cool.
I'm gonna save this
Yeah,
Wait,
avatar.
really?
Cannot
Oh,
clone
wait, can
it.
you save this?
Alright, I need to turn on the clothing. Alright, go ahead.
Now we are. Wait, can I ride on you as a Tron cycle?
Oh, it's gonna.
Dude.
Oh, there we go.
Well, now it's like an ATV or something, because it's got 4 wheels. Uh-oh.
And now...
Oh, wait, did you just...
I changed.
You were...
Yeah,
Okay.
broken.
Can you
What
Can you
move?
the
respawn?
fuck?
Can you respawn?
No, it's not respawn. I think you gotta leave and come back to fix it.
Alright, hit go home,
Even
then
changing
rejoin.
avatars doesn't usually fix it.
Well, you know, you don't have to hit go home first. You just click on world, you are in at the very top, and then hit go. It like saves a step.
We're floating in place.
You broke your wife.
Spoly's back.
Welcome back, Spoly.
Oh, your VR works now. Hey.
Get your guy.
What?
At 6th level, Searing Arc Strike. At 6th level, you gain the ability to channel your ki into searing waves of energy. Immediately after
Welcome
you
back.
take the attack
Yeah, feel
action
better
on
now.
your turn, you can spend 2 key points to cast Burning Hands as a spell as a bonus action. You can spend an additional key point to cast Burning Hands
Burning
as a
Hands
higher level
is
spell.
OP.
Yo, I can use Burning Hands as an additional, like, higher spell if I use 3 key.
Dude,
And
it's
each
worth it.
additional key point you spend increases the level by 1. So I could use all 6 of my key to make it a fucking huge fireball.
I think there's a cap on it too.
Wait.
Oh, it says +2.
Is Burning Hands always in a cone?
Yes.
Yes.
The difference
Oh.
is that yours is range and his is.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's fine. You just run
Mine's
up
a
to the level.
melee. Yeah, I can only do a +2. That you can spend on the spell equal to half. Oh, it's +2. What? On the spell, half your monk level. Maximum number of key points, 2. Plus, it's 2 plus any additional points. So it's 2 plus my 2 plus half my monk level. So it's 5? I can do plus 5? That's still busted!
I had to look at it, but
Are you interested in playing, or do you just like watching?
That's not why I like to join.
Oh wait, really?
if I recall, you couldn't join because of time constraints or time issues before.
Oh.
All right, let's get
Also
started.
thought I couldn't join because we already started the session.
Like my key blasts are just like pew pew, but whenever I crit,
Do
it's
the
a
thing.
Kamehameha.
We could always meet you along the way. It's always very easy to get people to join up.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so if you recall, last session you guys had this long fight.
Did you start stream?
Yeah, I started the stream. At least I think I did.
Hasn't appeared for me yet.
I thought I started it. Let me double check.
I got Twitch open and nothing's there.
Uh,
That happened last time too, didn't it? That it was streaming.
I will go to Twitch. Channel. No, it says we're offline. Okay, give me a second.
It's working fine on YouTube, but not Twitch for me.
Saru, why you murderer to Metal Man?
I didn't murder him. You did.
You murdered?
You just look at that. You just stabbed him.
I pull out! That sounds bad.
And only the people on YouTube heard that.
I pull out.
Oh no! For real? God damn!
Wait, what happened?
Hakku's just
You
trying
two
to
heard that Hakku
repopulate.
pulls out.
He's trying to repopulate his clan.
Wait, how's he trying to repopulate if he pulled out?
if he finds a busty enough woman.
Alright, maybe I had to restart the stream. Okay, we're gonna go offline for a second, then back online.
Oh no.
Hakku has to find a woman as busty as he is buff.
That's
Dren.
in thighs.
Aw, yeah. He needs himself like an Amazonian lady.
Oh yes.
Sending data.
Did Unit 69 fall out of the airship and into a tree? Unit 69 fall out of the airship and into a tree.
I just imagine he just this
Yes.
massive hunk of metal just goes, it just creates a crater in the ground and then just starts moving again.
Okay, we are now live. You should see it on Twitch now.
Yep.
Excellent.
Well, yeah, where are we? What's our health and stuff?
Well, we'll get to that in a second.
You should remember your health from last time.
I think I was like 7.
Mine was easy to remember. 1.
So yeah, as we recall, last time you guys had this long drawn out fight in the air with the airship. You guys operated the cannons. People helped. People being Zesu and Brother Jonathan. Unfortunately, you guys weren't able to take out all the planes in the sky before they took out the airship. So what you guys remember, as you all are starting to wake from this haze, is that one of the airships that was pretty severely damaged lost control and planted itself in the center of the deck. It caused a massive explosion. Some people were caught in it.
Yeah.
It cracked the airship in half, and you guys lost power, and the airship
Jesus.
kind of descended down from the sky in this sharp diagonal point. You will try to brace as you guys, or as you like fiddled with the controls to lessen the impact, which did to help to some degree, but the balloon was already deflating, and the magical crystals were losing energy, and the last thing you guys can really remember is the airship shaking violently as it was coming closer and closer to the ground, and then there was an impact, and then darkness.
Ooh.
You all start to come to. For all intents and purposes, this is a long rest.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we're healed now?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're healed. You
Thank
have
you.
all
Very
your resources.
refreshed.
Who knows how long you guys have been out? As you come to, you guys are kind of scattered along this this kind of patch of woods. Some people were thrown off. Some people are like still in the wreckage of the ship, though not like in any kind of serious danger. Like, you know, no pieces have collapsed on you. You do spot on occasion villagers, or at least what were once villagers. They're now dead.
Oh.
All of them are dead.
All of them?
Not all of them, but there are a lot of bodies.
God damn it. We wake up with full health, everyone else is dead.
Yeah, that's a bit rude, to be honest.
As you guys kind of like come to, you look around, you see each other kind of like wake up. You kind of see like the ship has kind of like come in from this angle, and you see like broken branches. Some of the trees have been sheared off as the ship was coming through. It looks like it kind of like the trees actually were kind of like softening the blow, to say, as you landed into the ground. Most of the airship, like most of the damage comes from when you had the two planes collide inside the ship. So there's this like the hull is kind of cracked in half, but the ship isn't like in massive pieces. Like there's no fires or anything. So the ship could be salvaged if there was enough resources sunk into it.
I see.
It's just a little unfortunate that the way that it cracked open and everyone being kind of in the center of the airship at the time, or as you guys were on the deck, so you managed to like fall out or fall in a way that doesn't like that didn't pin you underneath the airship. You do look around. There's no sign of your bat.
My what?
Your
Your bat, your big flying bat.
Your
Oh,
mount.
bat. Oh. No, I thought you meant like a baseball bat. Like, when did we get a bat?
Hakku's gonna try and pull out any of the villagers that are like stuck under debris and stuff.
All right.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Like,
Don't worry, Hakku
you
will
gotta-
help you.
Yeah,
You are
gotta
strong to survive.
All right.
take inventory of
So-
the people.
You're saying for all intents and purposes, this is a long rest,
Yes.
right?
So as you guys,
Okay, then I guess I'd be coming to, I don't know.
all right, as you guys are pulling out the bodies of the villagers, please make a medicine check.
Oh, we haven't even gone.
Oh, we don't even have the dice out.
Wait.
Oh, alright, well, he's getting the dice then. Alright, medicine check. I rolled a
roll
20.
medicine. Hakku is
I'm pretty
Hakku.
sure it's a +1. Let me see.
Hakku has +0. Hakku rolled
Yeah,
14.
I rolled a soft 20.
Okay. What did Will roll?
Where's my medicine?
Whatever that one is.
2.
Oh, is this a
I got
group
11.
check?
3.
I got
Okay.
11.
So, Will and
My
units.
medicine's probably not.
Will and Unit 69, you're pulling the bodies out. You don't really bother to check the bodies. You're just trying to get them out from the wreckage. Hakku and Saru, you both notice that these bodies have been dead for several days now.
Ah,
Days.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Wait.
Jesus.
We've been out for that long?
I've been out for that long.
Actually,
wait,
now that you...
So all the villagers are dead? I was trying to help the ones that were still
Oh,
alive.
the ones that are here are dead. If they're surviving villagers, they're not here. But you definitely only pull out. So you collectively pull out from the wreckage, or you count at least 6 bodies. Among those 6 bodies was not Zesu or Jonathan. However, Zesu and Jonathan are not with you.
living.
The bat must have
I'll-
taken them.
I'm gonna
Can
gauge
Hawk
Float off.
roll
graves.
survival to check around for footprints for where survivors would have headed?
Yeah, go ahead. Make a survival check.
I'm going to like neatly pile everyone like side by side and start digging graves with my hands.
15.
15 survival. Yes, there are plenty of footprints. As you look around, you notice that actually there are far more footprints here than there are possible surviving villagers.
Eh? Okay.
What?
But they all seem to lead out that way.
Hakku, find prints this way.
Also,
Also,
as you guys come to realize, you are very, very hungry and very thirsty.
Oh,
very hungry,
Who
very
Hakku needs
thirsty.
fish.
There's no river
Can I
around
roll
here, sorry.
survival again for food?
You could try to check for food, yeah.
Okay, Hakku's gonna do that.
You can try to forage
Well, I
for
mean-
food.
Maellon, you and me don't need to eat.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
Hakku's gonna forage.
All right, yeah, you
good.
Ironborn are okay.
Oh no.
10. Oh wait, 11. I probably find enough, like, for me.
Yeah, you just find a handful of nuts.
Hakku just starts, like, ripping bushes out of the ground. I don't know where nuts are from,
As
actually.
as part of that too, you go back.
Tree.
You go back into the airship, or at least the broken parts of the airship,
Remains.
and you find some water skins in there, or some canteens. Sorry, this is not medieval. This is. You find some water canteens in there.
Hakku lifts them up triumphantly. And then he Wait, how much is used up for a day? 1 or 2?
They're gonna be the same as water skins, so 2. You need 2 for a day.
Okay, well, Hakku drinks them both like a glutton.
Okay.
We need more water!
Hey, since we had a long rest, can I equip heavy armor now?
You can, if you want. Are you proficient with
Alright.
it?
No.
No.
Wait, but do I not get the
Oh, so
proficiency bonus if I don't?
he can't use his.
Wait, so I can only use composite and light? Heck.
I believe so. Yes.
Oh, do we
Never
still
mind.
have our gear and stuff? Like, I still have rations and a water skin.
Yeah, you guys still have that.
Okay, cool.
I think the only
Well,
things
I'll
we're
save that
missing
for
were my greatsword and Spoly's
Robe.
whole character.
Well, I foraged for the day, so I don't need to spend a ration.
He's pretty nerded without it.
Yeah.
Does
I
Hakku
guess
I
need
would
to
search for-
fashion a
for berries or
loincloth of
something.
leaves?
Yeah, sure.
What is the
Hakku,
AC
is
of a
Hakku
leaf?
naked? What?
No, I
My
thought
AC
you,
is based
I
off of
thought
not
you
wearing
said
armor.
Science Man was naked.
No, he's not naked. He just doesn't have his alchemist stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't have his
Literally
fucking
naked.
Okay, well,
broken
if
sweater with
anybody's
the
naked,
patches.
Hakku will fashion a leaf loincloth for you, no problem.
Can I just wear it? Just to be cool.
Sure.
Wear it anyway.
I mean, technically, I'm naked. so
Iron Man,
I'm a
Hakku
robot.
is bothered that you always naked, so Hakku make this for you. And he ties like a little vine thread with a leaf in the front of you.
Dude, hell yeah. Looks so good.
Now we don't have to keep looking at his penis.
So you guys,
Alright, so there's tracks leading off this way, is there?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hakku found
Um,
those.
I guess
Uh,
we follow them. Do we see the road? I mean, like, do the tracks lead to the road?
Yes. Well, as you do, they seem to run parallel to the road.
All right. I call to
Parallel,
everyone,
not
like,
adjacent.
oh. But is it like just like along
Yes,
the side of
yes,
the road?
As you are, make an insight check. Whoever's using the tracks.
Oh,
Oh.
wait.
Yeah, that one's broken.
Oh, 3. I probably don't have insight on anything.
Insight, 19.
All right. So as you look at the tracks, you come to the determination that whoever like was here, obviously there were people here besides just the villagers. You see that they seem to be escorting the villagers. They are the unidentified tracks. There are several of them seem to go around the villagers. You can kind of tell like which ones are the villagers because they're not wearing like boots. Like you can tell like from the imprints that the people who came are wearing boots, and some of the villagers are just wearing simple shoes, or they're not wearing shoes at all.
Yep.
And they seem to have been traveling with them to the side of the villagers and not behind the villagers, which leads you to believe that maybe they're not Dultonians. But the fact that they're going behind the tree line seems to indicate that they're trying to stay off the road.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, just I'll wave everyone along. Yeah, like seems like the villagers went this way. Is
Actually,
everyone coming?
Let me
Was Maellon still up the tree?
let me do this.
No, wait, what?
Since we're so
Aren't
big,
you right
I just
there?
figured one token was enough to cover for all 6 of us.
Okay, we'll set
fair
this.
Yeah.
For weather and phenomena, it seems when you guys come to, it seems like the sun is dying. It seems fair conditions, no rain, no wind, well, very light wind. So as you guys continue on, it's going to take you some time because this is a long.
It hasn't rained for several days,
Yeah.
in fact, gathering by the
Yeah,
tracks being visible.
Yes. But as you guys continue traveling there, the sun keeps going down. So at some point, night will come. Wherever these tracks
All right.
lead.
Well, I'll keep following them.
Okay, so
Wait, did you guys just like leave without me? Because I was like digging graves. I was trying to
Oh,
give the
I didn't know
the
that.
dead a proper burial.
Saru looks up after.
No, he was probably doing that while I was like out foraging and all that, so it should be
Yeah,
fine.
he got dinner.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, we'll say.
all right. Then I guess
We'll say.
I dig all of them graves.
Yeah, we'll say about an hour and a half has passed, taking that into consideration. As you dig them graves, I assume you're not digging them like full 6 feet, or are you?
Probably not.
It's wartime.
I'm assuming there's a lot of people, and
There's 6 people.
bodies.
I'm very tired.
Yeah,
I'm very
was-
tired and
was
very
there a body
hungry.
in the airplane?
And the airplane, yes.
Oh, okay.
Was there anything of use in the aeroplane?
No, like when you go to find the body in the airplane, the body's been scorched. The plane has exploded, and it torched everything inside.
Okay. Well,
Serves him right.
As you look upon the plane, you've come to the determination that nothing can be salvaged from this plane. Do you pull his body out too and bury it, or?
Hakku don't give a shit about that body.
he's an anime Nazi.
Nah.
Can we bury anime
Oh, yeah.
Nazis?
He sealed his own fate. I'm only burying the innocents.
Actually, is there like a
Oh,
skeleton of him still?
No, there's no skeleton. It's just charred flesh, and it smells pretty bad.
Okay, never mind then.
Bad for us or bad for Arientus?
I mean, I think in Arientus's case, it may be a little bit of an extreme, but it got the job done. He's cured.
Well, yeah. After we've buried the guys, we'll move along.
All right.
I mean, yeah.
Oh wait, would you guys have given Hakku the chance to climb the tree and survey the area?
Sure. I mean, you got pretty good.
I mean,
athletics.
we're moving along with the tracks at the moment. It's a bit.
It's
far
too
back.
late. You
Too
guys
late.
said no, Hakku, get out of the tree. It's not playtime.
Okay, I have to determine if you guys are moving at normal, fast, or slow pace.
Probably not very fast.
Yeah, probably not fast.
So-
We don't want to make too much noise.
So the
And
benefits.
we don't know if we're in enemy territory.
The benefits of the three different speeds: fast, obviously makes you move quickly, but you give up your ability to perceive and your ability to stealth. Normal gives up your ability to stealth, but you can perceive threats around you, and then slow allows you to stealth.
Yeah, probably
I mean-
just normal.
I probably would go
Yeah.
normal.
Right, normal.
It's been days, you know, like whatever threat or whatever, like, is here is gone. I assume.
That we know of.
Well, yeah.
So
You know,
Something-
whoever took the villagers didn't attempt to resuscitate us. What assholes!
They probably thought we were all dead.
We look pretty dead. Oh, there's a
I
robot in the
don't
tree. What are you going to do
know.
about that?
Hakku's unconscious. You'll still see his barrel chest heaving up and down, snoring loudly. He's taking a nap.
Maybe they thought we better not bring this guy along because he might seduce us all.
I
Or
mean,
maybe
that's
he-
true.
It's too big. It's like
Hakku's a
Okay,
fine
while
man.
While we travel,
So
I
normal
will
pace
eat
it
a
is.
ration because I'm hungry.
So normal pace.
Yeah, normal pace.
Alright, let's see how far. You guys follow the tracks. That is going to be 400.
Huh? Oh, it goes this way?
Should we
No,
just have
he's
one
from
token for
where
the
we
group?
were.
Oh, gotcha.
$800. So it takes you about 30-ish minutes. 30 to 45 minutes to get over here. As you get over here, you notice that the tracks they go back to the road, but then you notice that there are another set of tracks that lead to the left.
What kind of
Can I roll survival to determine
You can roll
the
survival.
different sets?
What kind?
Yeah.
14.
So the tracks going to the left are people wearing boots. These tracks are much older, and they seem to have a different kind of design. You're not quite sure who they belong to, but they don't belong to the group that was at the crash recently.
Okay. Well, I'll point it out to the others. These old tracks, not us. Not villagers.
Alright, I'll trust Hakku, follow him.
So, you said the right was the villager one, so we'll go right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys take a right. And as you guys begin to travel that way,
If we hit the green, we've gone too far.
Alright, so you guys go that way. We're gonna use Unit 69 as the party token right now. As you do,
Leading the way with his leaf loincloth.
the
Yes.
sun crests over the horizon, and it's now nighttime.
Bedtime.
it becomes a little harder to track these footprints unless you've got a light source or somebody has night vision.
I have a torch.
You
Or
gotta
a
use it
flashlight.
too.
Whatever
I have
whatever
dark
the equivalent
vision.
is.
Could I hold like a radiant bolt in my hand for light?
No.
Frick.
If only you had access
Well,
to
I
the light
mean,
spell.
we woke up like as the sun was setting, so I can't imagine us being so tired right away. I mean, so Hakku would light a torch, it's fine. Though he would suggest that we not follow so close to the road.
Alright.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
Hakku,
don't see why not.
Yeah, I'm trusting Hakku.
Hakku
I
lights,
got no experience in the woods. I'm a sheltered boy.
Hakku lights a torch. You guys are now emanating a light source. It gives you enough light to keep tracking. The footprints do kind of.
Since it's nighttime, I'm probably gonna have us go at a slow pace.
Okay.
Oh, we're changing to slow.
So,
I'm gonna agree with Hakku just because samesies.
so as you guys come over here, you notice that the tracks cross the road, and you also notice in the distance up against this hill, you see little blips of light kind of shining through the window of this structure.
Oh, Haku's gonna put out his light then,
Yeah, I don't like the look of that building.
and you
So-
say,
You guys have a hard
"Quiet,
time.
we go this way."
You guys have a hard time, like, in the nighttime, like, shadows and the darkness itself kind of cast, like, it hides this building, with the exceptions of the little lights that are inside of it. So
Mhm.
all you can tell is that there is a building there, and you're not quite sure what the building is.
Well,
So you
Guys,
saying
I
that
mean,
the
Hakku
footprints go
doesn't
this
trust
way?
Dark vision.
How far is your dark vision?
I think it was 120 feet.
Yeah,
It
Spoly's
is.
got the good dark vision.
Oh, I think it's still too far away. So you can
About 250.
you can see 120 feet as if it were daylight to you, even though it's nighttime. But yeah, it's too far away for you to be able to tell what that kind of building is. Like everybody else, it's just kind of shrouded in shadows and is just in darkness, and all you can see is the little blips of light that are like moving back and
And-
forth.
Like, is
well,
it like
the footprints don't go that way, so I'm not interested.
You said the footprints go this way?
Yeah, they cross over and they go into the trees.
Are we able to track
Hakku-
them in the dark? Or maybe with dark vision?
Well, the torch is to just get us to stealth to the trees where there's cover.
Arientus can,
I mean,
do a
I can-
survival check if he wants, since he can see 120 feet as if it were daylight.
Yeah,
I mean, I
wanna
could
do
go
that
and
then.
try to sneak this and see if I can find out what's going on there. My sneak's
Yeah,
pretty decent.
It's a pretty long distance to be able to sneak to just go have a look. What's your survival, Spoly?
It is
Two.
2.
It's a 15.
Okay, you can
Yep.
track them. You can track them. You don't need the light source to track them.
Alright, everyone follow Arientus. He seems to have
Yeah.
picked up the scent.
So you guys cross.
Hakku wants to stealth as they're crossing the road.
You guys.
Yeah, slow stealth.
You guys slowly cross the road, and as you do, you keep tracking. The tracks kind of lead up against this hill, and
What'd you get? Oh, nice.
I got it. I got 18 plus
As-
something.
as you do, you also, guys, you turn and you see like a bright spotlight beam out from this building and hit the road, and it just seems to scan the road twice, and then the beam disappears.
Well, Hakku got a
frick.
21 to stealth.
Good job.
21 to south.
Does everyone else?
Yeah,
Does
everyone,
else have
everyone
to
should
roll?
everyone should roll for stealth.
Shit.
23.
Make sure you roll with
18 and 1. No, I fucked it. I got disadvantage on stealth.
I got 16.
16.
Oh.
Okay, so as a
So
I
as a
thought you
in
meant
total.
18 plus 1.
as a
But,
group
No.
as a group you travel over there. Will hits a wet spot and almost goes down into a bunch of branches, but right before that happens, Hakku like grabs you by the shoulder, stops you from smashing into the branches, and just pulls you back up.
Thanks, Hakku.
There's like someone imagines just like rose petals coming around for just a second,
Oh no.
and then it just
Oh,
snaps
no.
back to reality.
Boy
Oh, no.
love.
You're not going to be able to repopulate with me.
All right. So you guys cross. You guys continue following the tracks, and as you do, the tracks kind of go down here, and they go up. I know it doesn't really show anything, but there's supposed to be like corn crops coming out of here, and you guys notice that the tracks lead into the crops.
Into the crops.
Mm.
Grab some corn on the way through.
That is 100% what Haku's thinking.
I was
just eat it. Just straight up eat
I
it.
was gonna get a piece of corn too.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah. I'm going to grab a few bits of corn. Could cook up like good later.
Do we need to roll second checks?
Wait, is it like really tall? Like, are we completely
I
hidden?
wouldn't say the
Stand
corn's
in?
hard to find.
No, I mean to stealth.
If you guys are stealthing into there, yes, because while you are visually hidden, it does make a lot of noise as you guys move through the corn stalks.
Hey, 18.
Oh no.
11.
Yeah.
You rolled another one?
Yeah, I rolled a 1 again.
17.
Let's probably get.
Oh no.
Evanor, do you have like the heavy armor? Is that why you're like disadvantaged?
So
Yeah.
that's 6
Yeah.
in total for
Always
me.
heavy armor.
I got an 11. I think I got an 11. Yeah, I got an 11.
Like if it could change in a short rest, like I'd probably change around a bit more often. But long rest is just too far between.
Yeah.
So what did everybody roll?
I think Haku's the only one who rolled high.
I got 1.
17.
Maellon,
Oh, I got 18.
Okay, cool.
you got 18.
Arientus?
Spoly,
I
6 in total with my
Oh, Jesus
6.
Christ.
bonus.
11.
11. Okay. As you do, you guys go into the corn stalks, and you guys are making a little bit of noise, especially as you go around. You start like plucking some ears of corn off the stalks. You kind of just hear that rustling of leaves as it kind of like sways back. Even as you like, you grab the stalk and you pull the ear out, there's still a little bit of movement. As you guys move through the corn stalks, I need everybody to roll perception.
There's a lot of rolls, man.
12.
Yeah, 12.
Where's my perception?
Oh, I got 19 plus 5. So
Oh Jesus.
Perception is plus 5? Oh my god.
Where's my perception?
Haku
It should
got
be a
11.
wisdom.
Oh, right there, 5. Oh.
5.
I got 14 then.
Okay, 14. Was 14 the highest besides the 19?
I guess.
Yeah,
I got
I got 12, so.
All right, as you,
Yeah,
Other
12.
than Science Man with his eagle eyes.
I think
Oh, yeah, that makes
Arientus,
sense.
are you in the lead or are you in the back?
I think he was leading because he can see in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We swapped over to him when we turned the torch off.
Who's in the back?
Well, yeah, we don't really have.
They were probably
An
you 'cause
exact
you
order.
slipped, right? Did you slip earlier? I don't know.
Yeah, put me in the back.
Okay, you in the back. So as you guys are moving through this corn stalk, Arientus is having a hard time tracking in the cornfield. It's just really difficult for you. As you are moving, you realize that somebody is making noise that's not part of your group. But you're up in the front, and Will is in the back. And by the time you realize this, Will, you hear the cock of a shotgun behind you, and you just hear, put your hands up slowly. And he kind of says that in like a quiet.
All right, well, I'll turn around to see who it is. I'll with my hands up slowly.
Okay, you put your hands up slowly. You see this man. He's not in a uniform. He's wearing like a beret. He's got like short brown hair, wearing a brown vest, white shirt, and he's got this kind of. It doesn't look like a military style shotgun. But,
civilian use.
Yeah, he's got it. It looks like a hunting shotgun, like something you use to go hunt like ducks or birds with. And he's got it pointed at
It's
you.
the farmer with a shotgun.
And he
DVC approved.
He's got the shotgun raised at you. He's got a bead on you, and he kind of looks at the other party members, and he's like, "What are you doing here?"
I'll just don't shoot.
He shoots Saru.
We're
No, don't shoot me.
although
I catch every single bullet.
is he visible? Can I make him out?
Yeah, he.
You want to make out
Is
with
he?
me?
Is he obviously Dultonian?
He yeah, by the time he comes up, he also lights up a candle. He lights up a candle, not a lantern. So
Okay.
there's enough light for him to see.
Don't burn the corn.
He's got enough light to see you and the person behind you, and you can obviously see him. No, he doesn't look.
Is he?
He doesn't look obviously Dultonian. He doesn't have that, dark skin, green eyes. He looks like he comes from like the middle countries. So he's got more fair skin. He definitely, yeah, he looks like a civilian, but actually roll insight.
I mean, we're not in Dalton right now. We're in Paribus.
We're
right?
close.
Paribus.
Yes, but Paribus is
17.
is occupied by Dultonians.
Oh.
17.
17. Okay, yes, you can tell that this man is well trained to use weapons. He's not holding this like a novice would. You're not sure like where he would get this training, but yeah, he's obviously trained to use this weapon.
Well,
Should
yeah,
I try to sneak around him, since he hasn't noticed me specifically?
But have you noticed him?
Yeah, he noticed.
Yes,
him.
Yeah, that's...
I think so.
Well,
that's right, you can see.
everyone has noticed him by now because he said something. So yeah,
he's talking to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hands up. Put the weapon down. We don't mean any harm. We were part of the airship that crashed. Surely you've seen that.
He looks at you, and then he kind of lowers his shotgun down, and he says, "I thought we got all the survivors." That means
You got all the survivors?
yeah. You know what? Follow me. And he says, and he kind of like
Okay.
moves past you. He kind of gets between you and the cornstalk and like gets to the front of the group. And he says, just keep it quiet. We don't want our neighbors to hear us. And he ends up taking you to the center field. And eventually there's like a large tractor that's kind of parked there. And he goes over there to the tractor, and he reaches under, and you hear it click. And then you see like well, you guys really can't see it because it's in the dark. Arientus sees it. There's a trapdoor with a thin layer of dirt kind of on top of it. And he lifts it up, and he's like, come on. And he brings the candlelight down to kind of illuminate the trap doorway, but you can't see into it. It just kind of leads down into pitch darkness.
Is that where they keep the secret corn?
Secret corn. That's where they keep the tobacco.
Tobacco?
Come on, let's go.
That's an old ass reference.
Alright, yeah, following him.
Alright, yeah. Well, he's telling you guys to go down first.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, well, yeah, I'll can I roll insight on him?
Yes, you can roll insight on him.
Let's see. Natural 20.
Yeah, he does not mean any kind of malice. In fact, judging on his tone of voice, it seems like he has something against Dultonians. Some kind of
well,
grudge.
yeah, if he's part of this country that was taken over.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, I'll tell everyone. You know, like, you know, he's genuine. You know, we should do what he says.
I also I guess we all go down there.
So long as Hakku gets to keep corn. And then he starts shimmying his way down.
Did you like put an ear of corn in your mouth and have two in your hand and?
Yes, he's eating one right now. It's delicious. I assume they're in season.
Compliments to the farmer.
He's like Zoro from One Piece, but instead of holding 3 swords, it's 3 corn.
They're not quite grown yet.
It's fine. He'll eat it anyway.
They're almost there, but not quite there yet.
Maybe later I can invent popcorn by putting it on the fire.
Here's some oil, some salt bay it.
Yeah, well, we've gone down.
Yeah, you guys go down. It seems to it's trapdoor. It seems to kind of lead down into like a wine cellar of sorts.
I was thinking it was like Vietnam tunnels kind of stuff.
They've tunneled throughout the entire countryside, and no, it's just a small little cellar. You get down there, it's like 20 by 20 feet. It like just you together like kind of fill this room up, and as you do, he comes down as well. He kind of shuts it up above him, and he locks it. And he slides down. He's got his like shotgun tucked under his arm, and he looks at you all and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't know there were any other survivors. You guys, what happened on the airship?"
Yeah, we got into some trouble.
Hakku totally interrupts you, and just like does a big performance of like the big. I get into the gun and I go do, and the plane goes. Hakku, very good at shooting airplanes, huh? I know this word now.
I imagine you do
Brother
this.
Jonathan, not very good.
I imagine you do this with like the 2 ears of corn and it's smashing them together.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Little pieces of corn.
Well, yeah, like
fly off.
I'll point at Hakku and say basically that, you know.
Well, it's unfortunate.
Essentially, the village we were staying in was attacked. We were taken hostage on the ship. They bailed, and they attacked us, and now we're here.
I'm sorry to hear that, or I'm sorry to say that it cost your friends their lives to take down that airship, but it's actually a big win for us.
Oh, really?
How so?
That airship, it's the prototype, developing these large transport vessels to get over the mountain. As you know, there's a large dig-in at the river where the Dultonians are having trouble crossing, so they've come up with this plan, a mix of high-level magic with technology to develop these large ships that can fly through the air. That was the first one. We've heard that they're making bigger ones.
They gave it up pretty easy.
That's true. They're trying to crash it and destroy it. Maybe they didn't want the technology to get out or something? I don't know.
Yeah, well, you think they would have had like a self-destruct if that was the case, not just let it float.
Some of our guys over in the city, not too far from here, they caught some radio transmissions about sorting out some planes to intercept. That must have been what it was.
Yeah, we got hit hard by a few of them.
Yeah. Well,
Literally.
let me be the one to welcome you to the Resistance. My name is Henry.
Oh.
How's it going? Brother Will.
Well,
69.
69. That's an odd name, okay? He looks at the other
I'll
two.
just- Hold on, I'm trying to change
The
the
other
battery on
three.
my fucking
The other
controller.
three. Arientus,
Me, Hakku!
Arientus, you feel a little
I'll just-
cramped. There are too many warm bodies around you.
Oh no.
What is wrong, science man? You look pale. Here, eat this corn.
You just
I'll just introduce I just say I'm Saru.
Hakku gives you this ear of corn that's got a large chunk bitten out of it already.
I mean, I
Taste
guess
tested,
you will
no
take
poison.
I mean, Hakku was fine when he was eating it. You should be fine too. His saliva helps break down the bacteria for you.
That's also very lewd.
it. Yes.
If you're wondering,
Indirect kiss,
I
you
don't
know?
think-
The anime trope?
I don't think he would eat it normally, but he hasn't had food for like a couple of days now, so I guess he will take it.
you take this unripe ear of corn and you just eat into it. It's kind of tough. Also tastes a little off.
Hakku didn't notice it taste off.
I imagine when Hakku eats
You're gonna
corn,
get diarrhea.
I imagine when Hakku eats ears of corn, it's not like eating the kernels, but literally like just biting the end off.
It's nutrients.
The cob is very important.
It puts hairs on your chest.
I mean, I'll be damned if there weren't like 5 dozen eggs for him to eat right now.
If you're worried about your friends that we managed to come across, they're in the city right now. But I have some bad news. There was also word that there was a VIP on the transport. I don't know if they were referring to you guys or one of the villagers, but they're right now trying to find him.
A VIP. I
They-
wonder if they mean the
they-
guy I tried to stop.
They already know that we've come by and taken the villagers. They're turning every rock they can. So
Oh shit.
Did they give any description as to who this VIP is?
no, just somebody by the name Dr. Naylor.
What? Wait.
Maybe it was older tracks we saw.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, if
Yeah, we noticed some tracks going the other way, but we decided to follow these ones.
Dr. Naylor.
oh I thought he kind of like pinches the bridge of his nose, and he says, "Oh, I thought we were pretty good at covering our tracks. Apparently not. I'll have to go back and make sure we cover them again." If they found this VIP, it's very important that we go and we get him. We can't have the Dultonians get whatever they want. It's very important. They're up to some weird cult shit. At least according to some of my informants in the city.
Not to paraphrase.
There's this rumor going around that they're after ancient relics, some kind of set of weapons. I'm not quite sure what it does, and they couldn't tell me, but we're also trying to make sure that they're not getting their hands on that. But at this moment, we're not exactly in the winning condition, not especially since they bolstered their forces in Paribus.
I'll look at Will. I'm like, you don't think they mean?
Yeah, well, would it count as a win if he's the one they're looking for?
Who you putting? Hakku? Or
No,
Arientus?
it's Spoly. Arientus.
Wait, that's him? Are you the VIP? You are.
Arientus
I'm confused.
Nailer.
I was talking about your weapon, but
No. Arientus Nailer.
Wait, that's your last name? You never told us your fucking last name!
I'm
I
gonna
know
stop
It is your
eating
last
that corn.
What do you do with the corn?
Okay.
I'm gonna
I'll
stop
say that.
eating
I'm
it.
like,
Oh,
wait
okay.
a minute, you didn't tell us your last name? Is that who you are?
Wait, did Arientus actually like tell us his last name?
Who
No, but
knows?
Will had some alone time with Spoly at one point and Toaster, so I'm assuming he knows something that we don't.
Huh.
Alone time with Spoly.
This is a very gay episode today.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah.
Everyone chill out. What's happening?
I mean, last episode was kind of
Oh, I forgot to
Wait,
turn the thing
a
on.
little
So-
bit too.
It was last session was too manly, so we need to gay it up a bit.
I mean, I think my
Well,
definition
we
is
need to
pretty
get some.
manly.
We need to get some women in the team, though. You know, like we're getting our diversity quota not met.
All right, you heard that, Dragon.
I'm
you
not
have to,
technically a man.
You have to
so-
play. You have to play a girl if you join this campaign.
Yep. and you have to mate with Hakku.
Oh, what? Excuse?
It's like at the
Oh,
moment we
wait.
say that, a red tiefling passes by, and everyone's just like, what?
Huh?
Wait, Spoly,
Mm,
I ask you, like, wait, why were you VIP? What made you VIP?
It's gonna be like, I don't know about VIP. They needed my help with some curing. and,
Wait, huh?
They had a very keen interest in specifically you. Although, when Spoly was captured by the guy, he was in that ravine bit where I was. Would I have heard when he specifically pointed out that he like him, that was a person of interest? Because I'm only going off the fact that he was the only one that was brought out, and he was in good conditions, whereas
Yeah.
we were all.
He was like writing his memoirs and stuff for some reason.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he was-
you know, connecting all the dotted lines, you can draw the conclusion that yeah, probably, you probably assume that the guy saw Arientus or knew about Arientus and wanted to, I don't know, maybe win him over, or maybe he's got information that they need. You're not sure.
Can I ask what you were actually doing? Because the cure means nothing to me. I don't know what that means at all.
My character's gonna get really mad really soon if I don't start getting answers. I'm being very patient with him right now. Very patient.
Yeah. That Dyabie's using patient defense.
With Arientus.
No, I'm not. I didn't use the key.
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna say like they wanted my help with curing some of the dead, and wanted to like strike up a deal.
Wait, with curing what? What does curing mean?
The ailment.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, like maybe there's a disease the Dultonians have that they need help with. Maybe he's the only one that's able to do it.
Is it Nazism? Is that what the disease is?
Take this pill. It swaps your political compass.
They did mention something about weapons, too.
Sorry, Spoly?
They did mention that they wanted help with some kind of weapons as well.
And you were giving it to them? Dude, the heck?
I haven't done much. I was on the ship.
Well, but...
Alright, putting aside whether or not Arientus was going to help with the weapons or not, we still got him.
Alright, yeah, whatever. Win for us, I guess.
He kind of is a little like this man Henry. He's kind of a little dumbfounded about this conversation, especially since it doesn't seem to be leading into a direction that he wants it to be leading, where, you know, like, I absolutely would not work with them. No, it seems like you kind of are like, well, I didn't do anything, so, I mean, you know, no harm, no foul, right? But Henry doesn't seem to be taking it that way, and he's just like, you can't, whatever you know, whatever reason they have to take you can't give them anything. Dultonians are just bloodthirsty warmongers. They're waging this war because of resources.
Don't speak his language.
You can't. They just slaughter and kill everybody. Thumbs up.
I'm gonna walk up to Arientus, like right up to him, like super close, like this.
Well, it doesn't take you.
I'm going to back off.
I know, because it's really crowded. I know, but I'm gonna get as close as I can, make him feel kind of like at least a little bit threatened, and be like, "Do you have anything to do with what happened?"
Did you roll for
what happened?
Yeah, with what happened to the village, with what happened to the villagers, all the deaths that occurred.
No.
He didn't get to kill them.
Can I roll for insight?
I mean, in player-to-player interaction, you kind of just go off a feel. There's really no rolling for social things.
Oh, okay then. Well, he did help us. I just don't like the fact that you have some sort of connection to them.
What would they have given you if you did work with them? Like, was it money or like?
They offered to help me find my assistant.
Your assistant?
Yes.
Oh, his bird.
Wait. Yeah, his bird.
Yeah.
In the cage.
Okay. So you never dealt with them before you lost Harold?
Nope.
Okay.
He says there was a mention on the radio that they were searching for something. I don't think they found it yet.
Well,
Did you see the airship going by?
No, I didn't see it, but I heard it. I mean, it crashed on the ground. Everyone heard it.
No, but before then, because we had come this way before. We'd turned around to come back.
Oh, yes, I saw the airship.
Did you see people jumping off it? Parachutes?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay. Oh well, the villagers are safe, are they?
Yes, they're in the city. They're with the others. They're with the resistance right now, and they've got them in a safe house.
Was there another paladin there with them?
Another paladin. I'm not sure. Was he? What does he look like?
Well, I mean, I explain what he looks like. I don't know actually what he looks like. But
you describe.
I've spent a lot of time with him, so I'd be able to describe him.
I mean,
he looks like a Jonathan.
Yeah, brother Jonathan just looks like a person who would be a paladin, I guess. So yeah, you describe brother Jonathan, and he thinks on it, and he says, I don't recall. I'll have to get in touch with them to see, but I don't remember.
What about Hunting Man?
Hunting Man.
Hunting Man. It would have been a guy with a rifle, and oh no, his dog's been missing the whole time.
Where is his dog?
His dog is back at the village.
Yeah, I don't think I saw anybody like that.
All right, well, thanks.
Maybe, I mean, if they weren't with the other bodies over there at the airship, then they must have escaped somehow. But I'll have them look.
Thinking back, those tracks that walked off that way might have been them.
But
Are they stronger than us that they woke up before we did?
I don't know.
Who knows?
The villagers woke up before us.
Well, we also been taking damage. The villagers haven't, right? Because we've been in the.
Most of the villagers got squashed.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Why you guys? Who knows? I mean, you guys were also raked a couple of times by airplanes, so.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I find when I get shot a few times, I sleep better.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very true.
You sleep longer.
Just add more dose to sleep longer.
Maybe we go to city.
Yeah.
Get better
Yeah, I think
gear.
we should.
How do we get
Hakku
split up
has
there without
money.
being seen?
Yeah, Hakku has a lot of money from that
Do they take
goblin.
our money though? Is there a universal money, or is there gonna be like an exchange fee or some shit?
Do you bring up money?
Actually,
I
probably
mean,
not.
Hakku says he has money.
Okay, then yes.
If you got money
Wait,
from
how
the
do
other,
you have money again?
I may have beaten it out of Double Gun Goblin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You
right.
found it in his tree. You found it in his tree, in his box.
if you're talking about money that you got from the other side, it's worthless here.
Heck.
You're gonna have to get it exchanged someplace. There are a couple of less than savory individuals, but they'll take your money and they'll give you Dultonian dollars instead.
So you can only use Dultonian dollars over here.
I
Also
speak the
coins.
universal money.
What money do I have?
You have money.
Gobble bits.
You have money.
You have goblin money.
You have money accepted. You've got like a weird, different array of money, but none of them apparently work here.
I have $600 worth of various coins and bills, and I can't use any of it. Hakku, you were once a rich man, and now you're a poor man again.
Well, you could use it. You just
got to
get,
exchange it.
You just got to get back to the other side to use it.
It's true. I asked the dude. I asked Henry, how are we supposed to get smuggled without being seen? Because it seems like there's like, someone doing patrols, and it's heavily guarded.
It'll be easier to get there by day. It's a little difficult at night with all the patrols and that pillbox on the other side of the road.
How many of these are there?
The pillboxes?
The pillboxes.
Yeah.
There isn't that many, but there are plenty of places where they've got, nests set up for machine guns. It's just not really advised to go out at night. You get spotted by one of those lights and it'll wake out the entire neighborhood up.
Yeah, I was going to suggest not doing what you think you were doing. They all have radios.
The other issue also is once you get
But
into
if you can knock them out before they go on the radio... I'm just kidding.
There's also the issue that once you get into the city, there's a curfew, so there'll only be soldiers out.
Well, I guess we're stuck here for the night until we can get a move on tomorrow morning.
Yes. It's going to be of the utmost importance to get that man out of this country. We got to get him back. We can't have him here. The longer he stays here, the more risk it'll be for him to be captured or turned over. He like squinty eyes at you.
I can't leave yet. I need to find Harold.
Well, where did he drop? Where did Harold drop?
According to the soldiers, somewhere between here and the place we came from.
Well, where we were.
Yeah, so I mean,
not an exact spot, really.
We'll pick him up on the way back. Because I assume we're headed back to where we were, right? That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, where which direction is the city?
So when you ask, he says that it's north. So looking at this, this is south. As you can tell, the terrain gets a little bit more mountainous heading this direction.
Yeah, I figured that the mountains were going towards where we were.
Yeah, so that is south, and he tells you that it's kind of northwest. It's
northwest.
It's not. He tells you, it's not far from here. We just got to follow the road. But there are a lot of patrols that go on that road. There might be an additional nest set up. They're setting them up all over the place. There are camps set up. We know about one east of here. They keep their supplies there, kind of working it as a forward base. I wouldn't be surprised if that camp turned into something bigger. I mean, you all did a number on that airship, but I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to salvage that.
Yeah.
So it might be in our best interest to go back and destroy what remains.
What about what do you know of the south? Yeah, like towards where we come from. What's the military like when you go that way?
There's a lot of activity going on. We're not quite sure. It sounds like a lot of recon. They're trying to figure out ways to get over that mountain. Obviously, they did find one way, as you guys foiled it, but it won't be long until they've got another balloon up. Other than that, they're looking for paths to get over the mountain that can support an army. But as you know, the mountains are a natural defense against invasion. So the 6 of you could try, but it would be a treacherous journey. Plus, whatever creatures live on the mountains.
Yeah. It's only that you mentioned we need to get him out of the country. That would be the quickest way, I'd think.
We also have to make sure they can't rebuild that stupid airship. But we could try to sneak in when they have the supplies, see if they have dynamite, and we could blow up the ship even more.
Why would they bring dynamite to repair the ship?
No, they just have a supply place. Maybe they have supplies like dynamite.
Yeah. I mean, you could wait around and let them try to repair the ship, then we could take it again.
That actually isn't a bad idea.
Where's the airfield from here? Where's the nearest airfield?
Somewhere far north.
Damn.
He tells you exactly where it is. I just don't have it built yet.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, like, do they ever have, like, patrols? Like plane patrols?
He does use. They don't, as far as I know, that airfield is just used for fighter planes, and transport, like material transport.
Oh, yeah, like that. I'm gonna put that forward. Like if that's, well, yeah. Yeah, maybe we could stay around for a little while and recon.
That'd be awesome if we. Who just jumped over?
That was Dyabie.
Okay.
I'm not stuck.
All right. That'd be awesome if we could steal the airship back.
Yeah,
he says,
fix it and take it back.
He says
what's stopping them from killing us again, or not killing us, but taking us down?
He says, it's important that we get him back to the other side. We need to keep him as far away. But any help that you can give us, I mean, it's going to be a win for your country. A strike against Dultonians, and we'll definitely be very grateful.
Don't you dare defect. Don't you do it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like if it's such a treacherous journey over the mountain, we're basically got to get back that way eventually.
Watch us like get the ship back up and running. We steal it back, and then on our way back, Spoly's just like, "Hail Dultonia!" He's fucking dips.
Hakku gave you corn. That's binding contract to be good guy.
You ate the corn of friendship. You have to obey it.
But he believes what he's doing is good, so that doesn't really make much difference.
What do you mean believe? It is good.
Oh, God.
It's based off of Hakku's belief. He's the one who gave the corn.
No, that's not how it works.
Yes, it is. Are you gonna disagree with Hakku? And he starts to loom over you.
Okay.
He's going to back a little bit.
So he tells you, like,
that's what I'm thinking.
This is a tiny room. There is nowhere for you to back up.
If we could hide out for a while and see if they attempt to rebuild the ship. Maybe taking that might be the quickest way out of here. The safest.
I mean, I feel like we might just get shot down again. But
no, but that's what I asked. The airfield's ages away.
Mm-hmm.
If we could get it up, and because I know how to fly it now. I have proficiency with Dultonian airships.
You have proficiency with that specific prototype, yes.
Yes. Excellent.
Okay.
With prototype Dultonian airships. I could get it up in the air quick, and we'd be like I could get the turbo boost going, and we'd be out of here.
The only way to finalize your proficiency is that if you do manage to capture it again, you have to give it a name.
Oh.
I have to give it a name. Hell yeah.
I thought we named it the first time. We named it something, didn't we?
I did have a name, but
we called it the Goblin.
Did we call it? It wasn't called that. We called it that.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be called, the Goblin.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah. That's.
Well, Will has to name it. It's the final nail for his proficiency.
Okay, I didn't know that. Is that a usual thing, or is this for this particular instance?
No, it's actually not at all related. I just think it would be cool.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, like that's my plan to the group. Yeah, y'all got any better suggestions?
Well, the alternative is to get smuggled into the city and like try to find a faster way back from there, right?
Call it the fuck Dultonian.
You also have all the other villagers that are just kind of sitting in the city, supposedly too.
Well, I presume they're at least, like they're being looked after.
I mean, yeah, he did say that.
And you got possibly Jonathan and Zasu with them, but we don't know. But at the moment, from what he says, we Arientus is the point of the current immediate point to get him out of the country.
Oh my goodness! Why is it always Spoly? First it was goddamn Chusk, and now it's Arientus.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to raise an objection that Spoly seems to be getting all the story.
are we gonna have to like hide out in this secret hideout the whole time?
Well, I mean, if you guys
while we wait,
if you guys want to wait
heck
that
no
long,
to that. Heck no, Arientus is getting out. That's way too cramped.
Yeah, well, that's he can't be staying. Well, what if you're locked in there by yourself?
And then
if we just leave you in that
city?
He
what do we do?
No, I mean,
so do you bring up that about just like staying here that entire time until they decide to send something out to repair the airship?
Yeah, like I've been talking about it the whole time.
Oh, okay. So Henry says like, well, I wouldn't advise it, but you'd have to stay down here. They make regular checks on the barn. There's nowhere I could hide you there.
So maybe we need to sedate Spoly.
As you might know, Dultonians take 90% of resources from countries they occupy. They've got this philosophy that they must be the one to distribute the wealth and resources among the people. Something about
communists.
Some ancient grudge. I don't even. It doesn't even matter. They're using some excuse to kill people, and I don't agree with it. That being said, anything that is known to produce any kind of resources, they regularly come and check. So you'd have to stay down here, that for however long. And he looks at like the 20 by 20 room, and he's like, I would probably recommend.
Yeah, no. Arientus is leaving. He doesn't want to stay in there. It sounds like a very uncomfortable time.
Well, are you able to move around? Like, are you able to move around freely? Like, are you confined to your farm?
Me? I run the barn.
Yeah.
They're not aware that I'm a member of the resistance.
But like, you can go around and do whatever you like to do. They don't really query you.
There are times where they'll check my papers.
Maybe because it'll probably take them a while to fix that, because it was basically in half last time we left it. Maybe you could keep an eye on it for us, and we'll go to the city. We'll recon with our group, and you can maybe send some status updates.
I can.
Do we? What technology do we have? Like telegrams? Or like?
Yeah, you can telegram. It uses magic. So anything that like.
Wait.
So anything that is
basically
kind of,
just replace electricity with magic.
Yeah. So basically, if they were capable of doing it in World War I, they're capable of doing it here.
Cool.
So there
So
are.
now I just need to go back to history class and work out what they did in World War.
There are telegrams. It's sent by Morse code, and it's sent by like. You kind of think back. I think you had the Fate in mind, right? So you're aware that telegrams are placed along ley lines. Ley lines are kind of like these magic veins that exist underneath the earth, and that's how they send telegrams.
Okay.
Ley lines.
Right. Ley lines.
I don't know we're going against black mages.
Ley.
I have to say it by ley lines.
So, if I try to get out of that room now, is anybody going to stop me, or will you just let me get out from that cellar?
I mean, it's pretty stuffy, so
yeah. It's crowded. You have to like.
He says like
terrain or something.
He tells you like when you're like I'm getting out of here. He's like you gotta stay here at least the night. I mean, you can get out there, sure, but I can't risk having them find you and take you. Of all the people here, you're the one that has to stay here.
I'm going to use my disguise self and just like look like I guess a normal Dultonian soldier and be like,
because
no worries.
That went over so well the first time.
Yeah.
No, but he was an allied soldier last time.
Yeah.
Now he's a Dultonian soldier.
I can't risk it. Even with the assistant magic, it's not possible. We're not gonna do this.
Look, Arientus, if you're stuffy on the bottom, just go chill out on the steps away from everyone else. Just don't leave.
There are no steps. It was a ladder to get down here.
It was a ladder, fuck!
I told you it was a trap door underneath the tractor.
I thought it was steps.
Yeah, I was thinking like a cellar, like with the doors open and steps that go in.
It literally drops straight down. There's a tractor parked on top of it.
Is there like wine in here?
There are.
What's in here?
There are casks in here. You assume they're wine. They're all tapped.
I'll just point out and just have some wine to kill your nerves.
Drinks one empty so that he can crawl in the barrel and feel safe.
They're not like big casks. They're like the small like kind of
the portable keg kind of things.
Yeah, they're like about the size of your torso.
Don't put Arientus inside of that.
But that's like a coffin, isn't that good?
Hakku knows that you can't fit in there.
He can fit in there if we really try.
You just need a blend.
Try.
No, Hakku don't think it'll work.
Well, are you? Can you just get drunk and then pass out and like you won't even care?
Yeah.
Just.
No, he can get drunk. He has work to do. He heard that there were people in the village. They need to be cured. He can't just get drunk at work. He's responsible.
Get drunk at work.
What does he even mean by cure? What do you even mean by cure?
I don't know. He keeps saying.
What do you mean? What do I mean?
There's
you
apparently some disease that Arientus is proficient with. He's had some research with. The rest of us aren't quite sure, but
and everyone has it. Literally everyone.
It's a disease, and we're all infected.
It's a disease.
Pretty much. Going to sleep.
Do you
Good
have
night.
Good night.
Yeah, well, for whatever reason, the Dultonians seem to be interested, so it must be something. It must be something.
He just lets out a sigh, and he's. Oh, I'll get everything sorted out by morning. I can probably get you smuggled into the city. You just have to stay here tonight. He has to stay here tonight.
Yeah.
We'll make sure he stays here, even if he doesn't want to be.
If he can this lock from the outside?
What?
Can the trapdoor lock from the outside?
No, it doesn't lock. It locks from the inside.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, that's cool.
Oh!
Well, I'll tell you what.
We're torturing
will-
one of our players.
Once you leave, I will sit by the ladder so he can't get past me.
If he tries to Hakku chokehold him, knock him out.
Feel free.
Hakku doesn't have the goblin as his teddy bear, so you will do instead.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no. Yes.
Well, okay.
Sorry.
He's
He
going to
said-
suggest
that's also
that
good.
if he has to stay here, he wants everybody else to leave.
What? No,
No, we
we
can't.
also don't have anywhere else to go. He just said. he just said we can only stay here.
We have to stay here.
You dingus.
You're gonna have to put up with it for a night.
As he says that, yeah, he starts going up the ladder. He tosses down a set of keys, I guess, to Saru since he's sitting by the ladder, and he says, "Make sure to lock up." And
Eat the keys.
yeah, he gets out of the trapdoor. He shuts it. You kind of hear the sound of like dirt being tossed on the door, and then about 5 minutes pass. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go lock the door.
I'm gonna
Okay.
start writing in the journal.
Okay, you start writing in the
I thought you were
journal.
gonna say rioting. You said rioting.
You start writing in the journal. Saru goes up. Saru, as you go up and you lock the door, you hear a loud like rumble, like a vehicle just got started, and you can hear there's like strain against the door, as you can hear the sound of like large tires kind of treading over loose dirt, and then it sounds like from what you can imagine that he moved the tractor so the big tire is sitting on the trapdoor.
Yeah, that's what I figured. We can't get out.
Well,
I mean,
me and
Hakku could probably fucking bust that shit, but not Skinny Boy.
I
He
guess
doesn't
I
even
go
have
into
his
sentry
acid.
mode and just take a nap
That's true.
or whatever.
Right, so I'm gonna sit by the ladder with my back against the ladder and just, legs crossed, arms crossed, and just wait for morning.
Alright. And that's
yeah, Hakku's going to sleep, and me and 69 are in sentry mode.
and that is where we're gonna end our session for today. So it is now 3 o'clock. You guys have plenty of choices to make when we next play, since it's gonna be in 2 weeks, since we're not gonna be playing on Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Next session, Hakku goes to the bank.
What?
So yeah, you guys
Exchanges money.
have some
But then you got to think if we end up going back, is that money going to work there? You got to exchange it again.
Oh my god, double bank! Hakku needs like a business suit.
you
He just gets slightly irritated at the banker. He's like, "Oh, on the suit ribs."
So yeah, you guys have plenty of choices to make, because even if you guys decide to wait on them sending somebody out to repair the airship, like that might be some time. So you guys may want to like consider, like, I don't know, maybe you guys want to go look for Jonathan and Seisu, because they apparently are missing.
Well, that's what I said. Well, we're going
I
to
mean,
see first to find if he's there.
Yeah. We were gonna go to the city and then get some information. Like maybe the villagers know something. Hakku was gonna get a
I
fancy
was gonna
suit.
try to get a good staff, because I don't like using a spear. I want a staff.
But it's a pretty
Then I'm gonna-
ornamental spear.
Yes, but
Yeah,
it's easier to kill someone with a spear.
Let me out.
Nah, you're right here, and then I'm gonna sit on you so you don't leave.
Don't do that. That's illegal.
And next time there will be an airship here.
That's sexual
and
harassment.
It won't be sunk into the ground.
It just hit the ground really hard.
Yeah,
But it clipped through it.
really big impact.
Airship brought to you by Bethesda.
I hope you guys like that session. I hope you guys like this new style of map.
Did everyone write to Zesu?
I love this map.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if Gennady sent that letter yet, but yeah, Gennady's sending a letter to Zesu.
Yeah, they're sending it today, so, or at least they're due by today. I don't know. I gave them mine, so I just thought I let everyone else know.
See you later.
Goodbye. See you in
Bye.
2
Fun at
weeks.
work.
Take care.
See ya
Stab.
later, alligator.
I killed him. I
So,
finally
yeah,
killed him.
I'm hoping in 2 weeks I can expand more of this so you guys can see. But this is supposed to be what is South Paribus. So it's supposed to be kind of like this general area right here.
Toaster, by the way, I don't remember. Was it only the robe that was missing now,
Yes.
or was it like the
No,
ultimate
just-
thing?
Yeah,
just your robe.
you got your belt back. You better not make a fucking
I'd sign off
thunderstorm
too.
down here.
See you guys.
Alright, bye.
The robe
Bye.
would have been pretty handy.
Take
Alright.
care.
See ya.
We could have.
I'm gonna make a thunderstone and
So,
make you
Let me stop the
I can
stream
try
real
it.
fast.
off the roof.
Let me start.
Can't.
I can't.
I won't let you. Ah!
Stopping the stream, and then I have to use the
You-
restroom real fast.